From stories across the world to stories here at home, this is the National News Broadcast. Now we are coming to you live from the studios of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation as we celebrate our 38th year of excellence in media.
Today we celebrate 38 years of bringing you the best in local media. And that's not all, that's 38 years of bringing television closer to you, your home and your family.
Indeed, and with that, once again, a very good evening to you, and I am Nitya Sarakchandra.
And I am Tilina Udayaratna. First off, we take a look at tonight's top stories. The 33 individuals who underwent quarantined medical observation in Diyathalawa discharged. The President instructs relevant officials to expedite construction work of all expressways. Udayanga Veeratunga remanded. The Bibila Nilgala Reserve under threat due to illegal sand mining. Conflict mounts between the US President and the country's Attorney General. We start off with local news. The 33 individuals who underwent quarantined medical observation at the Diyathalawa Army Hospital upon arriving from Wuhan were discharged and handed over to their parents today. The reunion with their relatives took place at the Akuragoda Army headquarters. The 33 individuals who were stranded at Wuhan in China due to the spread of the new coronavirus were brought down to the island on the 1st of this month with the special mediation of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. The group were retained at a quarantine center of the Diyathalawa Army Hospital for 14 days, at which they were under constant observation as to whether signs of the coronavirus infection were manifesting. However, at the lapse of the 14-day quarantine period, which ended today, the group did not display signs of having contracted the virus. Thereby, steps were taken to discharge them from the quarantined medical observation process. They arrived at the Akuragoda Army headquarters at around 4 p.m. today, at which they attended a special gathering presided over by Army Commander and Chief of Defence Staff Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva, which was organized to hand them over to their patients and parents. The contribution of those who were involved in the humanitarian operation to safely get down the 33 individuals to the country was also appreciated. The Army Commander, on behalf of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, praised all those who dedicated themselves to the task by even placing their lives at risk. The individuals who arrived from Wuhan and their relatives were extremely grateful to the senior officials and all those who contributed in the operation, which they describe as more serious than a war situation. They specifically noted the strong leadership given by the President and all officials and cited the plot and the crew of Sri Lankan Airlines, the Air Force and the Army as excellent citizens.
අපි අතිශයින් අගය කරනවා අපට මේ වචන වලින් ඔබට ස්තුතිය පුද කරනවා හැරෙන්නට වෙන කර හැකි යමක් නැහැ. අපේ අපි ආ වුහාන ගියා අපේ නාංගි
යුද හමුදාවෙන් කරපු සත්කාරය අති විශිෂ්ටයි. මේ අවස්ථාව කරගන්නවා ස්තුති කරන්න මේ අපි බේරාගෙන නිරුපාත්‍රිතව ලංකාවට ගෙනල්ලා ඊට පස්සේ නිරෝධායන කටයුතු සාර්ථකව කළා. අද අපිට
ගොඩක්ම සතුටුයි කියන්නේ ආයෙ අපිට ජීවිතයක් ලැබුණා වගේ තමයි.
අපිට බොහොම සන්තෝෂයි මේ හැමදෙනාම බොහොම ආරක්ෂිතව ලංකාවට ඇවිල්ලා අද
මේකට සම්බන්ධ වෙච්ච සියලු දෙනාටම ජනාධිපතිතුමාගේ ඉඳලම එකතු වෙලා මේ කරපු දේ ඉතින් ඇත්තටම
දේවල් වලටත් බොරු කියලා සමහරු ගිහිල්ලා.
Meanwhile, medical investigations are underway at the National Institute of Infectious Diseases at Angoda and at another 3 hospitals into 8 individuals suspected to have contracted the new coronavirus. However, apart from the Chinese national who was confirmed to have contracted the virus, no other cases have been reported in Sri Lanka. Chief epidemiologist at the Ministry of Health, consultant Dr. Sudath Samaravira, says the Chinese national has recovered completely. However, the date on which she will be discharged from the hospital has not yet been decided.
Now, a Beijing shop flower owner faces a 90% drop in sales due to the coronavirus outbreak being felt in China. Now, Freddie Joyner has more.
Beijing florist Chai Xiaomin stands in a darkened, empty shopping mall on the eve of Valentine's Day preparing bouquets. While wearing a face mask and carefully spraying her hands with alcohol before packaging her flowers, she says she's nervous about the new coronavirus outbreak, but doesn't want to let down her customers.
I think customers are scared, and I'm scared too about the virus. But I can do nothing because I opened this flower shop for so many years. And I have some old customers that I don't want to let down. So that's why I still open it. There were lots of people asking me whether they can book flowers already before Valentine's Day.
The outbreak, which has claimed the lives of nearly 1,400 people in China, has led to a 90% sales decline in Thai's business. And in a sign of the times, the florists now include small bottles of hand sanitizer in each bouquet before they're delivered.
There was a customer who ordered a bouquet here, and they asked me whether I could sanitize it before it was delivered. And that inspired me to send out hand sanitizer, so I need to thank them for that.
Hubei province, the epicenter of the outbreak, has been under virtual lockdown since last month. But people in China's capital are also staying at home to avoid exposure, leaving supermarkets and shopping malls empty. While the impact of the outbreak is still unknown, fear has set in for this business owner.
I hope for this to end soon. I'm worried, and I'm a bit scared every day.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has instructed relevant officials to expedite the construction of the central and other expressways. Thereby, the president states that the stretch from Mathura to Hambantota needs to be completed and declared open. The president gave these instructions at a meeting held at the Presidential Secretariat between senior officials of the Ministry of Roadways today. With regard to the Central Expressway, the stretch from Kadawatha to Kurunagala via Mirigama, the stretch from Kurunagala to Dambulla and the stretch from Putuhera to Galagedara needs to be completed and declared open soon. The President noted once the stretch from Kadawatha to Dambulla is completed, it would facilitate quick access for motorists arriving from the northern, eastern and western provinces, thereby creating an economic corridor. In a statement issued by the President's Media Division, plans are mentioned on a 676-kilometer stretch connecting Ingiriya and Ratnapura, which will be included in the national network of highways. The President also states construction work of the Kandy Tunnelway needs to be expedited, whilst roads, bridges and rural road networks need to be upgraded. The President also instructed officials to seek speedy solutions to ease the traffic congestion experienced in the rush hours along Gaul Road and the Kaduvela, Piliyandala and high-level roads. The government has taken steps to identify locations at which traffic congestions are reported and construct flyovers and tunnelways. Thereby, the feasibility on constructing a roadway from Dematagoda to Battaramulla via Vanathamulla will be looked into in a bid to ease the traffic congestion at the Rajagiri and Borala junctions. As a solution to the traffic congestion along Gaul Road and Duplication Road, the President is focused on extending the Marine Drive up to Panadura. All contribution and construction work will be carried out with the full contribution of local engineers. Attention was also focused on streamlining the luxury bus service and the school bus service in a bid to decrease the number of private vehicles entering the city. The President also focused attention on allocating vehicle parks. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa said when parking places are properly demarcated, motorists can be directed to the respective parking spaces without refusing them parking facilities. The President voted and noted public transport needs to be expanded. Those who travel in their cars are of a different local stand and a bus service which is suitable to them needs to be provided. However, this group constitutes 20% of the passengers. 80% of the passengers arriving in Colombo travel by public transport. The president further stated when building space is provided, parking space with at least 3 parking stores need to be allocated.
Now, a meeting between Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa and President of the Republic of Guinea-Bissau, Umaro Sissoko, took place at Temple Trees this morning. The President of Guinea-Bissau observed the ambassadorial connectivity Sri Lanka maintains in the African continent and expressed Guinea's fullest support to further the relations. At the meeting, the possibility exchanging specialized knowledge in agriculture between the two countries was discussed. The visiting President of Guinea noted that the West African country is popular for its cashew nut cultivation.
The Mount Lavinia Magistrates Court today granted permission to the CID to obtain a statement from the wife of former Minister Rishad Badiuddin. Thereby, the former minister's wife, Mrs. KMM Aisha, is due to record a statement. Upon a tip-off received, CID officials inspected a residence owned by an individual by the name of Imran Mohammed down Isipatana Road in Colombo. In the raid, financial documents and 240 copies of land title deeds were seized. The seized documents were alleged to belong to the wife of former Minister Rishad Badiuddin. Thereby, Imran Mohammed was arrested and produced before the Mount Lavinia Magistrates Court recently. When the case was taken up for hearing today, it was decided to question the wife of the former minister. When interrogating Imran Mohammed, the suspect had revealed that the value of the documents is 935,000 rupees. However, in the investigations carried out by the CID, the value of the seized documents has been confirmed to be 98,935,000 rupees. The magistrate rejected bail and ordered the suspect to be remanded until the 28th of this month, which is when the case will next be taken up for hearing.
Now, the Colombo Fort Magistrates Court today ordered former Sri Lankan ambassador to Russia, Udayanga Veeratunga, to be remanded until the 17th of this month. The former ambassador was arrested at the Katunaik airport by the CID this morning. The CID has reportedly recorded a lengthy statement from the arrested former ambassador Udayanga Veeratunga. He was arrested in connection with the investigations carried out by the CID pertaining to the misappropriation of public funds amounting to over $7 million in the MiG aircraft deal. Previously, the Colombo Fort Magistrates Court had issued an international red warrant for the arrest of the former ambassador Udayanga Veeratunga. The first such warrant was issued in October 2016.
UNP MP Ranjit Madhuma Bandara says the symbol under which their alliance will contest at the forthcoming general election will be announced later. He disclosed this decision after attending a meeting held at the party headquarters at Sirikota with regard to resolving the issue of deciding on a symbol. Parliamentarian Ranjit Madhuma Bandara said the most important decision was taken, and that was that all of them should go forward together with a sense of unity regardless of the symbol under which they would contest, as they are well aware as to how they should proceed. Commenting on the nominations, the MP said it is under discussion and a decision will be taken in the coming days. MP Madhuma Bandara further stated they will announce an unimaginable decision, which is a formula in which all of them can secure power.
Now, Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa says the government is entrusted with the responsibility of protecting the children of migrant workers. Now, the Prime Minister made these comments joining in awarding of scholarships for the children of migrant workers registered with the Sri Lanka Foreign Employment Bureau. This program was initiated when incumbent Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa functioned as the Minister of Labour and Vocational Training with the awarding of scholarships for 157 students in the year 1996. Today, scholarships were awarded to 734 students of the Western Province, which include 175 students were passed their grade 5 scholarship examinations, 456 students were passed their GCE ordinary level examinations, and 103 students pursuing university education. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa said income earned overseas when repatriated back into the country is extremely beneficial to strengthen the economy of the country. The Premier observed as a government they have a responsibility to protect the children of the migrant workers who earn this income. The Premier also noted given the situation around schools, parents and elder siblings must be careful of their younger siblings as there is a drug menace in society. He said the government has implemented a plan to put a stop to drug trafficking. However, it is not a task that the government can perform alone. Thereby, the Prime Minister noted that children should bear in mind to keep away from such wrongdoings in society and to become good citizens to the society.
Religious observances were organized to mark the 38th anniversary of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation today. Buddhist religious observances were conducted at the Sri Kalyana Dharmashramaya down Bauddha Lokamata, Colombo 7 under the patronage of Chief Prelate Venerable Mirihane Namdathera. Chairman of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation Dr. Nihal Jayatilaka, Director General Ajit Naragala and the staff were in attendance. Hindu religious rites took place at the old Kadireshan Kovil in Bambalapitiya. A special puja was conducted by Reverend Sri Patiranandan Kurukkal to invoke blessings on the Rupavahini Corporation and its staff. Prayers were offered at the Davatagaha Masjid in Colombo under the patronage of Maulavi Muhammad Iqbal to invoke blessings on the Rupavahini Corporation. The Holy Mass was celebrated at All Saints Church, Burella, presided over by Media Director of the Archdiocese, Reverend Father Jude Krishantha, on behalf of the Rupavahini Corporation, its staff, and for the future welfare of the corporation.
Now, the Ratugala Adivasi leader Sudha Vanilatan says the Bibila Nilgala Reserve is under threat due to illegal sand mining. He points out as a result, it has become difficult for his clan to protect the reserve. The Nilgala Reserve is considered as one of the main forest reserves in the country, which consists of rare medicinal herbs. Now, due to illegal sand mining in the Rambakan Oya, which flows through the reserve, valuable plants and trees are reportedly being destroyed. Now, the Adivasi leader points out due to this illegal activity, the depth of the Rambakan Oya has increased by around 10 feet. He notes illegal sand mining occurs even during the night time.
Minister Chamal Rajapaksa paid homage to the historic temple of the Tooth Relic in Kandy today. Upon arriving at the Sri Dalada Maligava, the minister first venerated the sacred tooth relic and obtained blessings. Thereafter, he placed a note in the visitors' book at the special guests' room at the temple. Minister Chamal Rajapaksa arrived at the Malwatu Vihara and paid a courtesy call on Chief Prelate Most Venerable Tibbatuave Sri Sumangala Thera. The minister visited and obtained the blessings of the Anunayaka, Venerable Niyanguda Vijitasiri Thera, and engaged in cordial discussion. Upon arriving at the Asgiriya Vihara, the minister called on Chief Prelate Most Venerable Varakaguda Nyan Ratana Thera and obtained blessings. Welcome back to the news, and we take a look at local news before we move into foreign news. The Desatiya magazine marks 42 years today. A special ceremony to mark the anniversary was held at the government's information department today. The Desatiya magazine is published by the government's information department. Expanding its distributional network, steps have been taken to distribute the magazine through 3,600 post offices and sub-post offices from today. Founder of the Desatiya magazine, Dr. Sarath Amunugama, delivered the keynote address at the anniversary celebrations, at which copies of the Desatiya magazine were officially presented to the Postmaster General and souvenirs were presented to the 8 editors of the magazine. Minister Bandulu Gunawardena, State Minister Lakshman Yapa, Director General of Government Information Nalaka Kalueva and a group of invitees were present.
Now, a fisheries stall commenced with the objective of providing consumers with high-quality fish at reasonable prices was declared open by Minister Douglas Devananda at Rockhouse Lane in Modera in Colombo today. The new fisheries outlet will be open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays except on Poe days. Upon a concept of Minister Douglas Devananda, plans are underway to establish 5 more similar stalls throughout the country with the objective of providing consumers with fresh fish and upgrading the services of the Fisheries Corporation. Secretary to the Ministry of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Indu Ratnayaka, Chairman of the Fisheries Corporation, Major General S.W.L. Daulagala and a group of invitees were present at the inauguration ceremony. With that, it's time for another short break. Stay tuned for international stories coming up on the other side. Now on to your weather update this evening. The Met Department says that showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in Sabaragamu's central and western provinces and in the Gaul and Mathura districts after 2 p.m. Now light showers will occur at the eastern coastal areas during mornings. Fairly heavy falls, about 50 millimeters, can be expected at some places in Sabaragamu province and in Gaul, Mathura and Kalathura districts.
And that winds up tonight's edition of the National News broadcast as we celebrate Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation's 38th anniversary. A humble gratitude to all our viewers for standing by with us for 38 years, and we wish that you would do so for the next years to come. That's it on News for tonight. Join us once again tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Good night.